back to the podcast with a really fun little episode where I want to share with you my tips and tricks on how you can raise your vibe quite quickly. Before we get into the episode, I just want to thank you as always for tuning in, listening along and supporting the podcast. The best way to do that is if you can take a moment. I would really be so appreciative if you could just leave a 5-star rating and a written review wherever you listen to the podcast, because really that's going to help this episode and all the other ones that we have done to get into as many people's ears as possible to, see our mission through of helping people to live their greatest lives in their biggest, most brightest light, because that's what we're here to do. And today I really want to share with you a few tips on how you can raise your vibration pretty instantly. So our vibration is that essence of ourselves, the essence of our energetic existence, because everything on this planet is just a form of energy and we are no different. The entire universe is energy and so are we. So as a consequence of that, we possess the innate ability to alter and to transform our energetic state or our vibration, which enables us to have increased whatever we want. If we're looking for increased manic energy or increased sadness or increased disappointment, then we can, like that, become an energetic match to that. But if we desire to have an increase in tranquility or happiness, in harmony, or just a lighter vibration in our day-to-day lives, then we can also do that. We can transform our energy quite simple. It doesn't need to be this monumental big shift or change. We can actually do it in the moment so that it doesn't have to consume your entire day's work or time or deplete your resources such as time or money. It can actually be done super quickly and super easily. Of course, you can invest in help, and maybe that's a whole nother podcast episode in ways in which you can really get serious about the vibrational set point that you hold. And invest in that in order to keep it at a level and keep increasing that level of potent potentiality. Many ways to do that. But today I want to get into the quick shifts that really just involve returning back to fundamental practices or rituals or little habits that you can rely upon in the moment when you feel disconnected from the vibration that you're really desiring to experience, or you just feel a little imbalanced and disconnected from that highest potential self. And we know that our vibration will absolutely determine the quality of our lives in this beautiful universe of balance, being one of the universal laws that we like attracts like. So whatever we're emitting or whatever our frequency is, we're going to attract experiences that really keep that going. That this is why we have that theory of momentum. So when we're feeling a little bit sluggish and down and we don't do things to shift that vibrational set point, then we keep attracting things to make us feel sluggish and down. I mean, I'm sure you've all experienced that feeling before when you've not felt like, say, for example, going and taking yourself off for a workout, whether that be a walk or a gym session, whatever it is for you. And you feel sluggish, but you really, give yourself that opportunity. Basically, you force yourself through discipline or motivation or just plain, I really know I need to do this. And boom, your vibrational set point is changed after that because you're able to rise it through that physical activity. So during your schooling years, I'm sure that you learnt that everything is comprised of atoms. So quantum physics really allows us to dive deeper into that atomic world and into that concept of atoms, to know that essentially when we explore the inner workings of an atom that we're made up of millions of, that it reveals that each atom is composed of these energetic waves. And atoms continuously emit, but also absorb light and energy, each possessing its own unique frequency or vibration. And even further than that, we know that our thoughts can really penetrate our vibrational waves or our atoms and completely form a different body within us. And when we're low frequency, when we're vibrating at a low frequency, we're going to attract, or we're going to exacerbate or expand within feelings of heaviness and emotions and sensations that are really aligned to sadness and stress. But on the other hand, when we're high frequency, we're really going to be aligning with vibrational sensations such as lightness and ease, both physically and emotionally. And that can include, those emotions of happiness, love, joy, hope, optimism, all those things. So it's really essential to understand, or to even just keep in mind, that we can at any moment shift the composition of our atoms or our energetic vibrations. We have the power within us in every single moment to change that energetic frequency and elevate or dial up that vibration that we hold in our bodies, inviting more what it is that we desire into our lives. So we can cultivate greater quantities of these lighter, higher vibrations to bring in all of those things we talked about: more ease, more flow, more happiness, more joy, more alignment, more love. So here are 5 really quick ways in which you can do that, to keep these little tools in your back pocket using my vibes approach. So vibes: values, intention, behold, exercise, and service. So let me break each of these down for you really, really quickly. Values. Well, you know that I am big on values. And if you have done the values pathway, you will know the benefits of knowing what your top 3 to 5 values are in your life currently, because our values will change as we move through the different phases and stages of our life. And in that values pathway, you get walked through on how to not only identify your current values that are really aligned with your authenticity, but you actually get taught or coached on how to write a values statement for each of your values. So these are a mission style statement that really has you in which you can really utilize those values. Mission statement is to, when you need to raise your vibrational frequency, just read it. Read it out loud. This mission statement that will really empower you and remind you of the version of you at your absolute most highest standard. And this will really give you that motivation, that lightness, that truth to immediately raise your vibration and raise that vibrational set point. It is exactly what I do. I'm often in the practice of reading my value statements out loud in the morning to really set my day off on that aligned track. The second way in my vibes method is intention. Set an intention. It can be simple as I intend to take 5 deep breaths. I intend to smile. I intend to see beauty. I intend to love my day. intention is everything, whether you're conscious of your intention or not. But our intention is the vibrational set point behind everything that we do, hence will actually determine the outcome of everything we experience. An intention is not a wish. It's not I hope to smile today or I hope to see beauty today. An intention is an absolute call to action. So setting an intention when your vibration is a little low should be actionable, should be something that you can action immediately. So going back to, say, the gym example. So you're not feeling like going, or your vibe is down and you're like, I intend to complete a workout. I didn't intend to be the best athlete in the world. I didn't intend to completely slay it. I just intend to finish the workout. And that is absolutely more than enough to really shift your vibrational set point. So don't intend, for example, to be a better mother if you're having one of those really tough mother and crappy days. What does that even mean? But you can intend. I intend to tell my kids I love them something today. I intend to tell my children something that I really enjoy about being their mother today. Make it something short, sweet, and actionable, and it will absolutely immediately raise your vibrations. The next on my vibes approach is behold. Now, behold extends or stems from the concept of gratitude. So many will tell you that being grateful will completely raise your vibration, and it absolutely will. But I want to take the potency that one step further by beholding something that you are witnessing and acknowledging the wonder, the beauty, and the amazement in life that we can so often overlook. So it's so easy in gratitude practices to kind of say, I'm really grateful for my home, I'm grateful for my marriage, or I'm grateful for my health, whatever it is that you're grateful for. But you can go deeper with that by beholding the wonder and the amazement in something. Just try it. Trust me, just try it. When I'm grateful for the view out my window, I do truly believe that because I love the view out of my window. It's got so many luscious trees, and I live in the middle of a city. So to see all these beautiful trees outside my window, I'm really grateful for that. But when I behold the beauty of what I see, it penetrates into my entire body, into those atoms, those cells, bringing it so much, that vibration of love and light, that it raises I can literally feel it. So instead of looking out the window and saying, I'm really grateful for the beauty that I see, I actually look at what I can see. I really look at it. And I just behold the magic. Yesterday afternoon, I had a really busy, hectic day. And I got up to pop the kettle on before my next appointment. And as the kettle was boiling, I literally looked out of my kitchen window. And I have these huge trees out there. And they were full of beautiful white cockatoos. And I just stood there and I just beheld, just observed, just watched, and was like, wow, they're so beautiful. Look at them balancing on those delicate branches and all kind of working in harmony to eat, and they obviously flocked together. And how did they even know to be at that tree? And I haven't seen them in ages. Where do they live when they're not here? And I was just in a state of complete beholding, and it brings me to a place of such deep reverence and respect, acknowledgement, as well as gratitude, because I'm not just looking at the birds, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing how nature works so complementarily and so beautifully, and it just automatically reminds me that I am a part of that. So I'm not just grateful for it, I'm in a state of beholding, which makes me feel so much more potent in the raising of my vibration. It puts me and my problems into so much more perspective. It puts me and my busyness in that moment into so much more perspective, because by beholding, I'm allowing myself to come deeply present. And we know that when we come back to the present, all fear or sadness or pain or anxiety melts away, because it can't exist in that present when I'm just beholding the beauty of what I am seeing. The next in my vibes approach is exercise. So I've talked a little bit about this, but exercise in its, definition is an activity that requires physical effort. That's it, pure and simple. It means that you're moving your body in a way that requires effort. Not necessarily exertion, but if that's your thing, go for it. If you feel like raising your vibration means running 20 Ks, knock yourself out, go for it. But it's about your physical body in some type of effort. So when I need to raise my vibe, I sometimes just do something as simple as getting up, putting on a song that I love, and dancing it out. It is 3 minutes of my day, but it completely raises my vibe because I'm putting my effort into moving my body in a way that is actually serving me. And sometimes, like I said, that effort can really take on a different form. It can be a walk, it can be a yoga sequence, it can be a boxing class. Sometimes it's actually sitting in meditation, using that effort to hold yourself still for a period of time. But all of this, regardless of its form, just does one thing. It brings you back into connection with your physical body and reminds you that you are not just your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are a physical being. And your physicality is so important and needs attention too. So see this exercise approach to raising your vibration as a way of shaking up the stagnation in your body of the slower, lower vibes and making space for them to start buzzing and coursing through. You never regret a workout, or you never regret a little dance off. A little trick I used to have when teaching, when the children were sitting down and writing, sometimes I would forget to turn my phone on silent, and if it would ring, I wouldn't rush over and turn it off. The children knew, they would scream out, "Dance break!" And so literally for the 30 seconds that my phone would ring, everyone would just stand up no matter what we were doing, and we'd just dance it out. And oh my gosh, the vibration of the room would suddenly change, and the kids would be giggling and they'd be laughing, and then I'd be like, right, sit back down, get back on with it, and boom, they were able to do that. And to see it raise the vibration in others, oh my gosh, it's such an effective little tool. Try it out. I actually have a playlist on my phone that is just for this, so I press shuffle on that. It's carefully curated songs which have a great message in them, a great beat to them, where I can just get up and dance it out. So the last of my vibes approach for S is service. So basically doing something for somebody else without any desire for recognition of that act. This does not have to be monumental. It does not have to be huge. You actually don't even need to go out of your physical way. It can simply be a thought or a prayer, sending someone healing or light. It can be dedicating a practice to someone. I often dedicate my yoga classes to someone silently before I begin the practice. It can be smiling at someone who looks as if they could do with a smile. It could be thanking someone for their work or contribution. Sending someone a message, just saying hi or how much you appreciate or admire them. Try it on socials. Even someone that you don't know that you follow, just pop it out there. I really love your account. Thank you so much for taking the time to share all that you share. I really benefit from it. Just pop it out there. And in this act of service, you're going to massively raise your vibration, because it's undeniable. Doing something beautiful for someone else makes you feel so beautiful. And of course, we have to watch our intention. We're not doing it just for that. It has to come from a place of genuine appreciation and genuine gifting. But a simple act of service will hugely raise your vibration because it's expanding, it's connecting, and it is that selfless moment taking you out, kind of like the physical activity, of all the worry. All of these little tips, these vibes method, so the vibes of values, intention, beholding, service, exercise, and service, will really allow those energy waves, those atoms, to continually emit and absorb light and energy of love that possesses its own unique vibration and frequency of lightness and ease, both, like we said before, not just physically and emotionally, but energetically, allowing you to rise into the state of joy, happiness, love, connection, whatever it is that you're after. These are just my very quick, everyday things that you can do in the moment to shift your vibrational state. Of course, like I said, there are more deeper ways, and I will share those with you in another podcast just to make you aware of ways in which you can allow others to help you shift your vibration. But this vibes method of values, intention, beholding, exercise, and service can literally cost you nothing, not even too much time, yet have a massive impact on your vibrational alignment, hence having a massive impact on what you're attracting into your moment, your day, and the energy in which you're doing things and infusing your work, your conversations, your day-to-day tasks and errands and things like that. So give it a go, try it out. If you have any other little vibration raising little tips, I would love to hear about them over on the Light Path community. Head over there, share your tips with us, because the more tools we have in our belt, the easier it is. But for now, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Light Path podcast, and sending you so much love and light as you walk your path.